Stars died, nebulas burned. Across the galactic expanse a relentless war raged. The relentless invaders, the Krill, a species driven by cold conquest, tore through civilized space. Their sleek ships, engines roaring, left trails of devastation, their hunger for power insatiable. Planets fell, civilizations crumbled. The very fabric of the galaxy strained under the onslaught. Humanity, once a young race on the brink of discovery, now teetered on the precipice of annihilation. Lieutenant Jackson Rourke, aboard the battered scout ship Phoenix, navigated the treacherous debris field. His mission, a desperate long shot, a last-ditch effort to gather intel on a rumored Krill superweapon. Failure meant the extinction of everything he held dear. His gut churned with a cold dread, a familiar companion. But Jackson had faced the Krill before. He knew their ruthlessness. He also knew fear was a luxury he could ill afford. The survival of humanity rested on his shoulders. A distress signal, faint but distinct, pierced the static. An anomaly in the desolate void. It originated from a mangled wreck, Krill markings unmistakable. Cautiously, Jackson maneuvered closer, his pulse quickening. A survivor. But why hadn't the Krill finished the job? As he drew alongside the stricken vessel, his sensors picked up a faint energy signature. It emanated from within the wreckage, a pulsing, ethereal glow. This was no ordinary survivor. Jackson boarded the derelict Krill vessel, his weapon drawn. The air hung heavy, metallic, the stench of ozone stinging his nostrils. He moved cautiously through the darkened corridors, the eerie glow guiding his path. Reaching the source, he found her, a being unlike any he had encountered before. She was humanoid in form, yet her skin shimmered with a constellation of light, her eyes pools of pure energy. She was clearly injured, her breathing shallow. Jackson knew he had to act fast. Ignoring the alarms blaring in his head, he lifted her gently, her luminescence casting flickering shadows around them. Back on the Phoenix, Jackson tended to the alien woman's wounds. Her name, he learned, was Lyra, and she was no Krill, but their prisoner. She spoke of a distant star system, bathed in the light of twin suns, a place of peace and vibrant life. Her people, the Lumina, were as different from the Krill as night from day, yet they too had fallen victim to the invaders' insatiable hunger. Lyra's words, though spoken in a language he couldn't understand, resonated deep within him, forging a connection that transcended words. As days turned into weeks, Jackson and Lyra learned to communicate, their initial hesitations giving way to a deeper understanding. They found themselves sharing more than just words. They shared dreams, fears, and hopes. Their shared experiences bridged the chasm of their differences, creating a bond that transcended their individual worlds. They discovered that despite their different origins, their hearts beat with the same rhythm. Jackson learned of Lyra's people's deep connection to the cosmos, a bond so profound that it shaped their very existence. They could read the stars like ancient texts, each constellation telling a story of their ancestors. Their ability to harness the very fabric of space-time was nothing short of miraculous. They could bend reality, creating pathways through the universe that defied human understanding. Lyra, in turn, marveled at humanity's resilience. She was fascinated by their ability to adapt, to survive and thrive even in the harshest conditions. Their unwavering spirit in the face of overwhelming odds was a testament to their indomitable will. She saw in Jackson a reflection of this spirit, a determination that burned brightly even in the darkest of times. It was this resilience that had brought them together, forging a connection that was as unbreakable as it was unexpected. Jackson shared stories of Earth, painting vivid pictures of a world Lyra had never seen. He spoke of the laughter of children, their joy echoing through the streets like a symphony of innocence. He described the warmth of the sun on his face, a sensation so simple yet so profound. It was a reminder of the life he had left behind, a life he feared was lost forever, the simple joys of a life filled with love, laughter, and light. These memories were his anchor, grounding him in a reality that seemed so distant now. Lyra listened with rapt attention, her eyes reflecting the stories of a world she could only imagine. She spoke of star songs, ancient melodies that echoed through the universe, carrying the hopes and dreams of her people. These songs were more than just music. They were a connection to the past, a bridge to the future. They told of a time when her people roamed the stars, their voices joining the cosmic chorus. The melodies carried with them the essence of her culture, a tapestry woven with threads of history, tradition, and dreams. They were a reminder of who they were, and who they aspired to be. As Jackson and Lyra shared their stories, they realized that their worlds, though vastly different, were bound by the same universal truths: love, hope, and the unyielding desire to connect with something greater than themselves. In each other, they found a mirror, reflecting the beauty and complexity of the universe. Their journey took them to hidden asteroid fields, shimmering nebulae, where the stars seemed to whisper secrets of the universe. The bioluminescent plants glowed softly, casting an ethereal light that made the entire scene look like a dream. It was a place untouched by the chaos of the galaxy, a sanctuary where they could momentarily forget their troubles and just exist in the beauty of the cosmos. And the ruins of ancient civilizations. These ruins, remnants of a time long past, told stories of their own. They spoke of societies that had risen and fallen, of dreams that had been dreamt and lost. Throughout it all, their bond deepened, their differences fading into insignificance. He found solace in her presence, a beacon of hope in the face of despair. She saw in him a kindred spirit, a protector, a flicker of defiance in a galaxy consumed by darkness. As they traveled, they shared not just stories of their pasts, but also their dreams for the future. They spoke of their fears, the things that kept them awake at night, and the hopes that kept them going. In the quiet moments under the vast expanse of the starry sky, they found a connection that was deeper than words. It was in these moments that they realized they were not alone in their struggles, that they had each other to lean on, and hopes for a future that seemed increasingly impossible. And slowly, tentatively, love blossomed, fragile yet tenacious, a testament to the power of connection in the face of unimaginable adversity. Their love was like a star, burning brightly even in the darkest of times, a beacon of hope and resilience. In each other's arms they found a sanctuary, a place where they could be themselves, free from the burdens of the galaxy. And in that sanctuary, they discovered that love, even in the face of overwhelming odds, could be the most powerful force of all. One evening, bathed in the soft glow of the ship's console, Lyra turned to Jackson, her eyes filled with a profound sadness. "The Krill," she began, her voice a melodic whisper, "they were not always creatures of destruction. Once, long ago, they too knew peace, their hearts attuned to the rhythm of the cosmos." She spoke of a cataclysm, a cosmic wound that had poisoned their world, twisting their souls, leaving them forever scarred. They believed that by consuming, by conquering, they can somehow fill the void within, she whispered, her voice laced with sorrow. Jackson listened, his heart heavy. The weight of the galaxy's suffering pressed down on him, a burden he had carried for far too long. Every decision, every battle, had etched lines of worry and sorrow into his soul. He understood the depths of their pain, the desperation that drove them to conquer. The Krill, once a proud and noble race, had been reduced to shadows of their former selves, driven by fear and loss. Jackson had seen the devastation firsthand, the ruins of civilizations that had fallen to their relentless advance. He knew then that this war, this brutal conflict, was not just about survival, but about healing. The galaxy was a tapestry of wounds, each scar telling a story of pain and resilience. Jackson believed that through understanding and compassion, they could begin to mend these wounds, to weave a new narrative of hope and unity. It was about reminding the Krill of their forgotten past, of the echoes of light that still resided within them. They were not always conquerors, once they were creators, dreamers, and visionaries. The ancient relics and holographic histories spoke of a time when the Krill had contributed to the galaxy's beauty and knowledge. It was about showing them that unity, not conquest, was the true path to wholeness. Jackson envisioned a future where diverse races could come together, not as enemies, but as allies, each bringing their unique strengths and perspectives to the table. This vision of unity was not just a dream, it was a necessity for the survival of all. He looked at Lyra, her hand resting lightly on his, and he knew he wasn't alone in this fight. Lyra, with her unwavering courage and boundless empathy, was his anchor in the storm. Together they had faced countless challenges, and together they would face this one. Their bond was a testament to the power of love and partnership in the face of adversity. They were two souls, bound by love, determined to remind the galaxy that even in the darkest of times, hope could still bloom. As they gazed at the stars, Jackson felt a renewed sense of purpose. The stars, distant and eternal, were a reminder that light could pierce through the deepest darkness. With Lyra by his side, he was ready to lead the charge for a brighter future, one where unity and hope would ascend above all else.